Roy Pigpen McKernan, the founding member of the Grateful Dead, was nicknamed Pigpen due to his dishevelled, messy appearance, hygiene habits, and a tendency to leave the living spaces in a state of disarray. He was a key figure in the music scene as the founding member of the Grateful Dead, a band he played with from 1965 until 1972. Growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area, Charles was deeply inspired by African American music, especially blues. He spent hours listening to his father's collection and taught himself how to play the harmonica and the piano. It wasn't long before he started hanging out in the vibrant music community, where he became friends with Jerry Garcia. After Jerry and Charles performed in different folk and jug bands, Charles proposed the idea of forming an electric band, which eventually became the Grateful Dead. He initially took on the role of the band's frontman, showcasing his talents on the harmonica and the electric organ. However, as the group's sound began to evolve into psychedelic rock, the influences of Garcia and the bassist Phil Lesh became more prominent. Charles found it very challenging to keep up pace with the musical shift, leading the band to bring in keyboardist Tom Constantine. During the period of 1968 to January 1970, Charles' contributions was primarily limited to vocals, harmonica and percussion. In the early days of the Grateful Dead, they played lots of blues and R&B songs, which were mostly chosen by Charles. By late 1966, Garcia had sharpened his skills and started to steer the band in a different direction, which meant that Charles played less of a role. In 1968, drummer Mickey Hart joined the Grateful Dead, and the following year, the classically trained keyboardist Tom Constantine came on board, making a notable change in the band's sound. Constantine frequently took over the keyboard part in the studio because Charles struggled to keep up with the new music that Garcia and Lech were starting to write. In October 1968, Charles and Weir faced the risk of being kicked out of the band. Garcia and Lech felt their playing was being slowed down, especially when it came to long jamming sessions. Garcia asked Rock Scully to handle the situation, and Scully noted that Charles took it quite hard. Weir was willing to improve, but Charles was more set in his ways. While Charles's garage rock and blues